What's up guys, it's your favorite twins, and today we are reacting to Dua Lipa's third studio album, Radical Optimism.
It's been 4 years since Future Nostalgia, which, dare I say, is probably one of the best sophomore albums to come out of the 2000, well, the new era, the new decade. Dua Lipa is a force to be reckoned with. 4 years is a very long time, but Radical Optimism seems to be the complete opposite of what Future Nostalgia was.
I think I can kind of see that. The record is described as psychedelic 70s type pop, which seems like it's similar to Future Nostalgia, in my opinion.
Okay.
But there is a bit of a bridge there, right? And I think that she's trying to evolve this sound a little bit. She's definitely branded dance music, right?
Yes.
And that's just become her lane, her thing. You can always expect a dance track from Dua Lipa. And hints of versatility as well. Future Nostalgia is definitely one of the most iconic pop albums, I think, of our time.
Yes.
The way that she was able to stretch that album out for 4 years is wild. We haven't seen that since notably like Katy Perry's Teenage Dream. So I'm excited to hear this album.
Me too. We read here that Radical Optimism is a record that taps into the pure joy and happiness of having clarity in situations, including hard goodbyes and vulnerable beginnings. I saw a tweet that said Dua Lipa makes music for happy people. So not everybody is going to get it. I will say, I love the cover.
I do too.
And I love what it represents.
Yes.
To me, the ocean reminds you of how small you are, which can also remind you of how small your problems are. Just how minute certain things are. But then they kind of have this shark lurking in the back.
Yeah.
But then to show no fear. It's a
the idea of optimism. That is okay. And also I think of the ocean as there's so much of it still unexplored. So not having fear of the unknown, just kind of sitting in it. And being optimistic about the future. It says here that she basically turned those challenges into milestones as a result of choosing optimism and grace to navigate through the chaos. But yeah, this album is coming just in time for the summer.
It is.
You can always count on Dua for that.
It is. Before we get started, make sure to follow us on all of our social media. We'd love to connect with you guys.
And of course, if you're into full-length reactions and exclusive content, join our Patreon. We'd love to have you. It's a whole lot of fun.
That makes me feel like this, makes me an optimist.
Come on.
I guess hopelessly romantic. And you say, and I say,
Ooh! Oh, I love that.
Oh, I love this now.
the sweetest pleasure. I feel like we're gonna be together.
Oh, okay.
This could be the end of the night.
Oh, I love this.
Okay. Oh, we need to turn this up.
Yes.
This needs to be turned up.
I'll do it now.
Let's do that. Maybe an obvious detail, but I love that the album is starting off with that optimism. This is a very positive song, and the idea of end of an era coming after literally the end of an era, the Future Nostalgia era, but also an era, maybe in a relationship or a time in your life where you couldn't move on. So now that you found somebody new or something new, you're optimistic, you're ready, you're now open to that happiness and experiencing it again. So I love how we're starting this off that way.
Me too.
No more, you're not my type. No more, at least I tried. Done with the lonely nights. God knows I had so
I love this flow. Like, oh, this is such a good flow.
And I say,
I love that picture. That's really nice. The meeting.
And I immediately hear the psychedelic. Immediately.
Yeah.
who knows, baby, this could be forever. Forever. In the clouds that she goes, butterflies, let them fly.
Okay.
The girl falls in love, another girl leaves the club.
Okay. Two different stories.
Right.
I've lost all my senses. La, 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 la.
Come on.
Is this my happy ending? I feel like we're gonna be together. In the clouds that she goes, butterflies let them fly. Another girl falls in love, another girl leaves the club.
Oh, that's gonna...
Oh.
There's this, like, muffled underground sound Somewhere in there.
The psychedelic, it just screamed like druggy.
Oh.
But like it's a good way. And I like this song. Okay, I'm trying to remember how Future Nostalgia, the actual song sounds. Because I was gonna say I think this might be my favorite duo opener.
Oh, I have to agree.
And
I didn't want to say it, but I instantly...
I think I might have to stand on that because just of how it made you feel upon first listen.
Yeah.
It made me go back to like, even if stuff like didn't work out with somebody, it makes you go back to when you first met them.
Yeah.
And all of the feelings that surrounded
innocence,
that.
yeah.
Like, it perfectly encaptured what it is to meet somebody, fall for them, want to get to know them, that falling in love stage. And just, end of an era was... I also saw a tweet, like, when the album dropped, and someone, like, said, oh, they didn't understand why it was the opening of an album. You guys, there's such thing as, like, you have to understand the the concept of the album. It was right there. Like, it was right there.
The word optimist was right there.
It was, like, right there.
No, I have to agree. This is definitely probably my favorite opener from Dua.
Yeah.
I already said that I love the fact that we're starting off with that optimism, and you can feel it. It's a very happy song. It's very light. I can see myself listening to this.
Yeah.
Windows down in the car, driving on the beach. That's the vibe that it gave. So I loved the summery feel. We're already off to a great start. I'm a sucker for concepts. I love concept albums. So the fact that I'm getting that off bat, you're already telling me what this album is going to be about. I'm fed. See that underground feel?
But now Training Season makes so much sense. And now, okay, yeah.
I come and I go. Tell me all the ways you need me. I'm not here for long. Watch me or I go Houdini. Time is passing like a solar eclipse. See you watching when you blow me a kiss. Don't slip. Coming closer, are you reading my lips? They say I come and I go. Tell me all the ways you need me. Catch me or I go Houdini. If you're good enough, you'll find the one.
Love this chorus.
Maybe I'm good 'cause a girl to change. Me steady. Everything you say is sounding so sweet.
Again, this meeting. It's painting the meeting. Like meeting someone for the first time.
Yeah,
I'm gonna talk all over the
but
song.
now it's like, you have my attention.
Yeah.
Now you have to keep it.
Yeah, you have to keep it, but also now I'm going to challenge you in a way, and I want to see how you handle these challenges. Because, like they say, I come and I go, and that does give a little bit of like an avoidant attachment style, just a little bit.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But I like how it's tying into the introduction because
Yeah.
now I feel like we're following a story.
Ain't something that'll make believe. If you got it, baby, give it to me. They say I come and I go. Prove you got the right to please me. Everybody knows.
Alright.
Think about it night and day. Maybe you could be the one to make me stay.
Love that part.
Now I'm telling you, this is gonna make so much sense
does,
listening to
yeah.
this album. Oh my gosh. Love that note.
Come and I go.
Into Training Season.
Love that.
Catch me or I go Houdini.
Already works. Already
Dun,
works.
dun, 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 dun. So we did react to Houdini over on the main channel, so go ahead and look up that video to get our full thoughts. However, I will say, Houdini was a grower for me.
Agreed.
I did not, like, I liked it off bat, but I knew it was gonna take some time. Again, especially coming off like the singles for like Future Nostalgia. It was just so different. But hearing it on the album made me love it, and also hearing it in the club.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a very good club song. Made me love it even more.
Yeah.
So obviously that post-chorus is my favorite part. I think it is super catchy vocally. It's so cool. But again, this does have this ominous, dark kind of feel, which ironically you listen to all the singles and you try to figure out like, how does this fit on the album?
Yeah.
And then you start to hear it. And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see how this fits.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I think that this song reminds me, if I was to look at the cover, of what's going on underneath the surface, right? Because it does feel very different from End of an Era. It's not a huge switch, but there is a switch in tone,
Yes.
right? Which I can also appreciate because there's that versatility again. I do think Houdini was a smart first choice for a single because it definitely speaks to the vibe of the album, especially, you know, sonically.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. And again, like I've said, I love how we're following this story now. I'm wondering how high this is gonna rank for me toward the end of the album because I feel like I'm gonna be wowed. I love that the singles are at the beginning of the album because now it gives us a chance to explore what we haven't heard yet.
Yeah.
And that they were released in that order: Houdini, Training Season.
Yeah.
Now what happens in the rest of the story? You know what I mean?
Right. We did film a reaction to this.
Yes.
And then my computer broke. So we do know this song. Right after Houdini is
asking that question. Ooh, late at night, and we're in this kind of nighttime vibe.
And the one girl leaves the club, one girl falls in love.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're getting into.
Okay. Going in and out of that higher range. I love it. And then it had a little bit of like this Latin lyricism.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, like don't wanna tell you to go.
Love how that's going to take us into the next part of this album.
Yeah.
Training Season was a wonderful single. I think it was a great single choice. And I personally liked it more than Houdini.
I did too. I did too.
But again, it's following that same storyline. She's saying training season is over. You're either going to come correct or don't come at all. Pause. Again, posing that question of, can you handle this? Can you handle me? All right? Are you prepared? Right? And I love how it's not only optimistic, but there's a level of anticipation there.
Yeah, I did happen to like this more than Houdini off first listen. I liked it when I was hearing the snippets on TikTok and I was like, wait, this is gonna be a hit. So I'm kind of disappointed that the general public didn't get it.
All right.
But if you got it on the first listen, you are elite. Because we also did listen to Illusion, and I know that was a single as well. So I'm excited to see these next set of songs because now I have no idea what we're going to be getting into and the story that we're going to be hearing and following. So I'm very excited, but I think Training Season was a perfect second single.
It was. And a great third song at that. It keeps the momentum going perfectly.
Yes, I have to wonder if this album is going to slow down at all or if it's going to kind of keep us on that high. That's not always a bad thing.
No.
You know, so I wonder if Dua's going to do that here. You know, I always say
something about the beginning of a song.
I would say you always know. We know when the hit's gonna happen.
When is that?
3 seconds in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just knew we were at the luau.
Maybe we should switch careers, 'cause baby you know when we talk poker faces. And when the night ends up in tears.
Oh! Yes, punch. Oh, I need to hear this live. Oh, damn.
Oh, they tell us to break up. Oh, what?
Oh,
They tell us go and face your fears. Call it love, but hate it here. Do we really mean it when we said forever? Oh.
such a vibe, yes.
Love that note. love that.
Well, there's something I'm looking for. Woo! You hear that? The vocals on this one. Yes. Yeah, this is one of them. This is one of them ones.
Oh, I did this one right there.
This is good.
Oh, yes.
The echo.
Oh,
Dua.
Oh.
The talent has to be respected.
You
I'm
know-
sorry.
You know when a song is okay, it makes you a very happy sad.
Yes.
That's what that song did to me.
Yes, I agree with that.
It oddly has me feeling optimistic,
Yeah.
but very sad at the same time.
It's almost like remembrance. Like this era of remembrance, reflecting,
Yes.
nostalgia a little bit that can kind of make you, if not sad, just emotional. Like you
Yes.
can feel the emotion behind it. That I think will be in my top 5. I genuinely enjoy that song, and what's crazy is I could have seen that ending the album.
Oh my
Obviously,
gosh.
Like, imagine that at the end of
Yes.
a concert. Like that would just leave you with such a feeling.
Oh, that
Right?
Oh, that would make. Oh my gosh.
But I love the concept of this song. I just love the idea that these walls could talk. If you guys have never heard that saying before, when you're arguing in a room or when you're having a conversation or you're feeling things in a room, right? Those walls absorb all of that.
Yes.
So much goes on in these spaces that when you step in, you ever step into a place and it puts you exactly back in that moment?
Yeah.
Right? That's what that means, at least to me, right? If these walls could talk. So if they could talk and tell you everything that's happened,
Everything they've seen,
everything they've seen, heard,
everything,
if these
yeah.
walls were alive,
Yeah.
in this song, they would tell us to move on. They would tell us to give up, break up, you're fucked.
You're fucked.
Because we've seen all of it, and it's not good.
Yeah.
So, in context of the album, makes me wonder, with it feeling like nostalgia and remembrance, was she remembering? Or is this about a current relationship?
Right. I love when an album drops. You have no idea. Honestly, you are kind of preparing yourself to be underwhelmed.
Yeah.
And so far, you're not. I love when an album takes you by surprise in its sound.
You're not
And
setting expectations.
Yeah, and so I know we're only 4 songs in, but this is only an 11-track album.
Yeah.
And so you're damn near half the album. These Walls was
Yeah.
a very, very good song.
And the thing about this music, right? One might look at it and say it's very easy to make. It's very surface. You could say all that. But there's still a level of talent and there's a certain ear required to
Yep.
make this kind of music to still invoke emotion. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Still be able to evoke that emotion and make you feel something and do it well.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, I want to highlight that on that song, Dua's vocals were seemingly stronger, and they were just hitting because she can sing. Dua can sing.
Dua can sing.
All right. Yeah. All that aside, that was a great song.
Yeah.
After midnight,
Whoa.
me and my thoughts alone.
See, and this is what I'm talking about.
There's a part of me that wants to steal your heart. 'Cause
You heard
I'm
that?
no good,
Oh,
Yeah.
this beat is amazing.
giving up control.
Oh my god.
There's the bubbles.
'Cause I'm worried that I won't.
Again, the polarity. I love that.
But if control is my religion, then I'm heading for collision.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. Come on.
Vision, please. What you doing to me, baby?
Oh, this is funky.
You make me wanna change me. Got me heading for collision. What you doing?
I love that.
Ooh, in the future.
Oh! I know you heard that. I know.
In the future,
Oh
my God.
Come on.
and that there's more to life in the time between.
God.
Control is my religion, and I'm heading for collision. I'm scared to death that you make me wanna change me. You're in my head, and now you're clouding my decision.
I love that album brought back. Because that's a very catchy part. What?
Oh,
That
yeah.
sounds like
Yeah.
break my heart.
Yes, a little bit.
Yes. I had to add it like, oh, the big hits. That's nice. Do a Lipa makes hits. I'm sorry.
Hits.
Oh my goodness!
Hits.
Dua Lipa makes hits!
She makes hits.
Oh my god!
It's like, I have so much to say.
Dua Lipa makes such good. She makes such good music.
It's flipped now. The perspective is flipped about the opposite optimism.
I love this part too.
Woo! That was unexpected.
That's 5 for 5.
Yeah, that one was unexpected.
That's 5 for 5.
That track, the funky soul vibe, I knew she could do it, but that was unexpected.
That was a good song.
The concept of just like, okay, when you do take on this radical optimism, when you do take that leap and start to embrace somebody new, and you notice changes within yourself, you're like, wait, what's going on? She posed that question earlier. Are you the one to change me? Can you do it?
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing it.
You're doing it.
What you doing?
You're doing it.
Stop that. So I love how we're still including that, and just again, like I spoke on the versatility. She's being versatile, all right,
Yes.
but still giving you a different sound within a sound. So it's all very cohesive so far. This album feels different compared to Future Nostalgia because it doesn't feel like it's aimed toward radio hits. This feels like, okay, we were in that studio day and night, cultivating a sound and body of work overall. And because it's so short and concise, I think that helps them focus more on fewer tracks, which helps them put more effort into them.
Yes.
And that's why I appreciate shorter albums as well, because there's a lot of focus there on making these the best 11 tracks possible.
Yes.
You know, so I enjoyed that one.
Because there's nothing like having an album of 15, 16, 17, 18 songs, and after a while you're like, okay, wait, you lost the attention to detail, and you just started throwing things together. The production of that song, it built hype over time. And
so many different elements in there.
You really have a good ear for music when you know what parts to bring back.
Yeah, when you know what parts are gonna stick. Which parts are gonna hit and need to be repeated.
That's when I get excited because again, I put myself, I don't know if you do the same, I put myself in Dua's shoes, I put myself in the studio and I said, this is what I would have done. The minute an artist does what I would have done as a listener, there's that connection.
Because they were sisters.
Because they were sisters.
They were sisters. Oh. Whoa.
I don't wanna stay till the lights come on. I just can't relate to the words of this love song. Everybody's still dancing. Everybody's holding hands and romancing.
Ooh.
Leaving you stranded.
Wait. Whoa. Why is this one of my favorite beats? And you better speak French.
Leaving without warning. Oh!
Again, that avoidant attachment.
But sometimes, actually no. Sometimes leaving without warning is the best thing to do for you. It's not always avoidant attachment. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do. I gotta leave with no warning.
It's true. But I'm better at a clean break than leaving doors open.
Right.
But that's miscommunication.
I
not
guess,
communicating.
But sometimes it's okay to be honest.
It's not a broken heart if I don't break it. Goodbye doesn't hurt if I don't say it. She's protecting herself.
True, I guess.
So it's still a little avoidant.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this part.
Everybody's holding hands and romancing.
I love that.
Last one standing. Yeah, I gotta hit the road. It's not a broken heart if I don't break it.
Oh, this beat. Listen to the background. Listen to it. Oh.
Yes, I love all the inserts.
And you know alright. And it's better to do this than say goodbye. And I'm lonely now. It's not a broken heart if I don't break.
My hair is straight.
Yeah.
Only way to go is a French
Wow.
Even how the beat had a little bit more of a, how do I put this? It was a little more European.
No, exactly.
And I love how it reflected the title and this idea of a French exit, leaving without warning. Not something that I expected as a concept on this album, but I really enjoyed that as well. She is 6 for 6 right now. There's not one skip.
No.
And they're all versatile.
Very.
Like, I'm enjoying the listen. I'm actually, like, listening and, like, trying to predict what's next, but I'm always wrong.
I know.
Yeah. I like being wrong.
It's kind of exciting.
I love being
when
wrong.
listening to an album, yeah.
With the lessons I already learned.
I love that.
Don't you know I could do this dance all night?
Like, it goes, yeah, it's not predictable.
Illusion. I really like the way you're moving.
I like that. That blend was nice.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Huh.
This idea, right? I'm looking at it within the storyline, right? We
Okay.
come back around to this topic of similar to the Houdini and training season topics, right? Where
Yeah.
you're kind of meeting this new person and testing them a little bit and observing them and reading them, right? And she's saying here, I've done so much growing, I've been through so much, I've seen so much, that it's amusing you think I would fall for this illusion. It's amusing that you think
Yeah.
I would fall for these tricks again. So I love this air of freedom and confidence that's in the album right now.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that we are revisiting this topic after being vulnerable on the last 2 songs and revisiting the sound.
Absolutely.
However, my brain got used to the versatility and expecting a new sound every time. That revisiting an old one now didn't hit as hard for me as I thought it was going to.
Yes.
I think it's like, out of all 3 of those singles, I think this one is the most underwhelming, but it's still a solid dance record. Like,
Yes.
it hits all the points perfectly, and it's still a great song. It's just, okay, we heard that.
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Like, I can agree. I think that's probably the first song where I'm like, okay, not my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
It is probably the most underwhelming song so far. But that doesn't mean it's bad.
Yeah.
It's just not my favorite. However, I know, similar to like Houdini, I feel like if I were to hear it in a club,
Oh, hell yeah.
it would go off.
Hell yeah.
It would be
yeah.
very, very catchy, and
Hell
it
yeah.
would soon become a little bit of an earworm. I'm not mad at it. Maybe it's the placement. I don't know.
I think it's because it's the most predictable. And we haven't
Yes.
had anything predictable yet.
Like, oddly enough, that felt like the most generic song.
The most generic or the most commercial, like, you know, like
Yeah.
that vibe.
Yeah.
With the exception of the illusion, how she stretched that, I think that is...
Yeah, that was cool.
That's something that would throw you off, but being thrown off is good, because
Yeah.
it keeps the ear engaged, which is why I'm still engaged and I'm still excited.
Right.
I do
Yeah.
think it's a great choice for a single. It's just that out of all of these so far, it's one that I might be like, okay, I heard that.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, yes!
Oh, wow. What a way to start.
Are you good at holding on? I know the mind is quick to throw away the moment.
Oh, I love that line.
'Cause for now you're all I want. They say you got it. I don't believe that every flame has to get colder. I hope the feelings that you give me carry over and beyond.
Oh, this is
yes,
what?
Yes. I'm actually going to turn this up.
This reminds me of something. This reminds me of
Yeah.
like something in a movie
Yes,
or like
yes.
like a soundtrack. This was an outtake from The Prince of Egypt.
Can it just keep getting better? Can we keep falling
vocals.
Come on!
One of my favorites.
Come on!
She makes me sound so bad.
All alone, it's impossible to imagine.
Come on!
But it feels fun indeed.
Come on! Come on!
Baby, till tomorrow
And beyond. The drugs.
Okay, this might be my favorite. This might be my favorite. Come on,
Yes.
Lipa, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
I wanna know, can you fight through any storm till tomorrow and beyond?
Oh, that was big. Ooh.
Come on.
Can we keep falling forever?
Come on.
Oh, I love how she's letting it go. She's letting it flow. I love that. Back to underground.
Wow. That is my favorite. That's my favorite song on this album.
I think so. I think so.
Because to me, this is the Love Again
yes.
on Future Nostalgia.
Yes, actually, yes. She's had 2 finale moments so far. And that makes me very scared to hear Happy For You. Because the fact that could have been a closer as well.
I know.
Very big moments. This is what I love about music. Like, I would let that song bust my eardrums. I would.
Yeah.
I would let it.
Oh, yeah.
I will be honest, the bridge threw me a little bit, right? So it made me kind of...
Really?
Yes, at first. Then I realized, wait, she's bringing back those elements again. Because I would say, this song, sonically, I put it in the same category of Whatcha Doing in French Exit. It strays kind of far. From what we've been hearing.
Like, I can hear this on that.
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
Also something new.
Yeah.
Like that felt like a sneak peek into a new sound. It was much more poppy, which y'all know how I feel about pop music. So the pop dance element, that was just full of emotion. Falling Forever, definitely top 5, top 3 for me off this album.
Yeah, it's definitely top 3. It's top 2. It may not be number 2.
And again, it's optimistic. It's bringing back that feeling of being optimistic and not wanting something to end, not wanting it to change.
Yeah.
Because that falling stage, that daydreaming stage, honeymoon phase, right?
Yeah.
9 times out of 10 it doesn't last forever. But it's sometimes the best part.
It really
And
is.
you don't ever want to leave that. So I love how she touched on it.
No, yeah.
And the way she stretched that note,
Yeah.
that I just knew, beginning it like that, I already knew this was going to be one of those ones.
Yeah.
I put my arms up too. Let me show them, because Julian's showing off his arms, but I'm like, let me show my little, my little 1, 2, 2. All right?
One more time. Oh, Daddy eats salted licorice. Okay, alright. Let's do it. Let's put it down.
Okay. Do you remember me mentioning earlier how it feels like they were really in the studio, like in these studio sessions?
It was good to
I
hear
like
that.
the element.
It was good to hear that.
Because it really feels like this was cultivated very closely with a lot of focus.
Yeah.
I think that's, that makes me love music making.
Yeah.
Not just music, but the process of making music.
Yeah.
I don't know why that hit like that, but it did.
And I'm not interested in a love that gives up so easily. When it hurts, we don't even think to cut it off.
I like that play on.
And I'm not interested in a heart that doesn't beat for me. When it's hard, it will never feel like it's too much. Remember when we used to do anything for love?
Oh, shit.
Whoa.
We're all so scared of forever, and no one promises always. We're not perfect together. That means we gotta part ways. Remember when we're all terrified of heartbreak, run at first signs of problems, make it look way too easy. We used to do it.
I think that was the one, right? Alright, cool.
Damn.
I was robbed.
That's literally like a minute and 50 seconds.
That was an interlude. That was
Yeah,
an
it
interlude,
literally was.
which I can appreciate in
Damn.
the concept and in the idea of creating.
Yeah.
But Do It Out was damn good.
That was
and
good.
I would love to have on the deluxe maybe
A full song.
a full track because that was unexpected.
Yeah.
Like majority of this album has been. And the concept, she said everything she needed to say, I feel like.
Yeah.
And she made a very valid point, but I also feel like she was recapping everything that came prior. All these fears and what comes with being optimistic and being afraid to take that leap of faith. And speaking on some really real shit, like we're all scared of forever and no one promises always. We're not perfect together, that means we gotta part ways. How easily people give up at the first sign of trouble or conflict and they don't know how to communicate and work things out. Communication is key. I think we've all heard that at some point in our lives, and it's lasted generations because it's so true. You have to communicate.
Have to.
So I love how she's touching on that subject and this world's fear of love, and there's so much that comes with that: fear of trusting,
Yeah.
right? Fear of commitment,
And how there was such a time where there was no hesitation, there was no... You just didn't think about that.
Yeah, no.
You just did it because you wanted to. You did it because
Exactly.
you loved.
You
You,
felt
did it
it.
because you craved it. So, damn, Dua, I hope there's a full version to that song.
so good.
Because that switch,
yeah.
very unexpected.
But I love how it's half and half because on one hand we slow it down, right,
Yeah.
to break up the album a little bit. That's just smart.
Yes. have to.
Showcases a different side of Dua.
Yes.
But then we speed it back up because I guess the last two songs maybe are upbeat.
Yeah.
And she's putting us right back into that mode.
Because this album actually has had no
Like
slow
ballads
moments.
or anything.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But that was really pretty.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Maria, Maria.
I've had love, but his is the deepest. Yeah, I owe it to you. He was cold, and now he's the sweetest. There is to lose, yeah. Ooh. Maria, I know you're gone, but I feel ya when we're alone.
Hey. Oh, this is gonna hit. I need this to be turned up.
It's
Maria, it's the idea of thank you for what you did. Either for breaking his heart or the lessons that you taught him.
yes, because when you have like the ex got the worst of that person and the recent has the best version
Yes.
or the evolved version
Yes.
of that person.
Yes.
It's not.
I'm Maria.
When love comes young, you take it for granted.
And
Now he knows certain things. Deepest effect always comes from the cause. I'm better too from the ones
that I've lost.
Love it.
I wanna thank you for all that you've done, Maria.
Yes.
I know you're gone, but I feel ya, Maria. Never thought I could feel this way. Here's to the lovers that make you change, Maria.
Here's to the lovers that make you change. I love it.
Maria, Maria.
Woo!
Come on.
I look in his eyes and I see ya. Turn off the time, even in his heart.
Yeah, Maria.
Maria slaps.
was a hit.
That one slaps.
Maria was a hit. I love the idea of thanking the former lover because, like you were saying, with relationships, you do grow and you learn from the mistakes you made with your previous, so that way in your new relationship, you know what to do and what not to do, and you never think like, shit, I have to thank you.
Yeah, I have to
Because
thank you.
I would have never gotten this person if it wasn't for you. So I like that concept, and that's also very optimistic as well.
Because listen, everything in you wants to say fuck that bitch.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to thank that bitch. Because, like you're saying, if it wasn't for what y'all went through, he wouldn't have learned these lessons. They wouldn't have learned these lessons. It's almost that idea of, you know, when someone asks the question, if you could change anything in your life, what would you change?
Yeah.
Most people would change a lot. Some might say nothing.
Because
of everything that it's taught you. It's made you the person that you are.
Yeah. I'm that way.
Again, to your point, yes, it does add to the idea of optimism. Julian just tapped me to tell me to shut the fuck up. I want you guys to know that this is what goes on behind the scenes.
I'm just kidding.
I get bullied. I get torn down. I get, just
actually,
put down
when this camera goes off, Jordan rips me to shreds. Who you see here is not
who you see here is not who he says he is.
No, that's not who he says.
This is not Julian from the Bascome twins.
No, this is not
This
Jordan.
is not.
Late on a Tuesday, I saw your picture. You were so happy, I could just tell. She's really pretty, and I didn't even want to cry. What is this feeling?
Ah.
I'll send you more than I ever knew.
Wow. Oh my god, again, optimistic. No! That is so nice!
It's so nice.
Oh my god!
Again?
Oh my god!
What are y'all doing this year?
It's so nice to care for somebody that much.
Yeah.
That, like, anything they do. Oh my
Yeah,
god!
you're just happy for them.
What? Whoa! Okay, let me get myself together. Oh my god.
Damn.
Oh, it's so nice
is
to care.
happening this year?
I think because I feel that, like, it's
Yeah.
so nice to care for somebody. It's like
Yeah.
I don't regret anything. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you. Like, you're just
Yeah.
living such a good life.
Yeah, oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's okay.
You know what that is for me, though, right?
Yeah. I was like, I know.
What?
Yeah.
This is so beautiful.
It is.
Well, that's so crazy. I ain't crying. Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, that just means that you're in touch with
That's
your
like
heart.
a minute to the song.
I'm scared for the rest of it.
Oh God! To like
Wow.
actually genuinely be happy for somebody.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very selfless.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool duo.
Even the hard parts are all for the best. I see where you're at now. You picked up the pieces, and I didn't even want to cry.
Me.
What you doing?
I didn't.
What is this feeling?
Had to ask myself why. I'll send you more than I ever knew. I'm right. You got
I think that's that part I got.
everything you deserve. I'll send you more than I ever knew. I'm happy for you.
It's very
It's like scattered. Yeah. It's like. Wow. Oh, and then like
Wow.
Dang, I don't know what music is doing to me.
It's hitting this
I
year.
promise y'all, I'm like normally not this in touch with my emotions. So like, but I just think that song, like, there is such a level of growth when you are able to look at somebody that you spent however much amount of time with, and not feel resentment, not feel regret. It's just pure happiness. It's like, wow, like, you found something that actually makes you happy, and it's okay that it wasn't me.
Yeah.
It's okay. Like, it's just
Yeah.
full on acceptance. So I think that I'm not mad, I'm not hurt. That just resonated because it's like when you
Yeah.
really are, and I relate to that a lot. Again, I was in a 6.5 year relationship. So when I look at that person now, it's just like, who is in a relationship and a
Yeah.
happy one. It's more just like, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
Like, you deserve that 110%. I wouldn't want anything
Yeah.
else for you. So it's, yeah, that, I think that's going to be in my top.
Oh, 100%.
That might be my favorite Dua closer. And I'm back because I love Boys Will Be Boys.
I was just about to say, and this song definitely reminded me of Boys Will Be Boys in terms of how it swells.
Yeah.
Because I remember when we first heard that song, that caught me completely off guard.
Oh, yeah.
And so this moment just reminded me of that. It's so full of emotion and making such a strong point.
Yeah.
And taking the album out on that point. More optimism. When you see someone that you realize you should have appreciated more, move on and be happy. It's hard to not be bitter. It's hard to not wish that was you. It's hard to not point the finger. But again, like you're saying, with that acceptance, when you really love somebody, you are selfless. And you take away the that should be me mentality. And you just want the best for them. You just want them to be happy. You just want them to smile.
Yeah.
And for it to be real. And so I think there's a level of gratefulness in that as well for the time that we shared. Because it takes a lot to let go as well of what could have been. And I could have cried to that too. You beat me to it. But
I tried. The song started, I was like...
it was gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Sometimes beats just move you too. You're like, fuck.
Yeah.
But shall we talk about radical optimism?
Let's talk about it.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little scared. I was a little scared. How many of us were scared?
Raise your hand.
Coming off of such a masterpiece.
A monster.
A literal monster of an album.
Yeah.
You have a lot to live up to, and not gonna lie, I think when it comes to the singles, a lot of people were very caught off guard, including myself. I didn't know what to expect. At the time, they all didn't blend, and all of a sudden to see the name of the album and then the cover art is she's in the ocean, like what's going on? Like you had red hair, now you don't. So it's just a lot going on, right? However, getting the final product. And seeing how it all blended together with this story, and really knowing that the album is really about just overcoming and being in such a peaceful state of mind, it all makes so much sense. Even with the love songs that weren't quote unquote maybe as positive or had a little bit of a darker undertone, there was still this feeling of contentment in those songs. It wasn't meant to build on the idea that she is a hit maker. I think it was made so you would appreciate her as an artist.
I can see that more.
And her ear for music and vocal production, because the production on this album, again, if you were to sit here and say those songs are easy to make, you're not really listening then. And also vocally, I think I can say this album was softer, but the strong moments were very strong. And lyrically, I like this album a lot. I think lyrically she doesn't fail.
No, she doesn't. I think that those strong moments are what make this album even more special, because there was so much in here that was unexpected, whether it was a sound, a note, a certain pivot in the song. She kept my attention the entire time. I think Radical Optimism is the perfect follow-up to Future Nostalgia.
Yes.
Because it doesn't do anything too different. It just expands on what we already know Dua is capable of. But I do think that Radical Optimism stands as a piece on its own. And there are a lot of differences between this one and the last one that make this album special.
Yes.
It definitely feels like a bridge, right, between her career. As a body of work, I feel that this was very cohesive. It was very enjoyable. I think we've said all that we can say about it. I would like to know what your top 5 is.
Okay. Oh, okay. I think I have that. Fallen Forever, because I think that song is amazing. Happy for You, Training Season, These Walls, and I think I'm gonna say End of an Era. I really want to say Whatcha Doing, but I think I'm gonna say End of an Era.
Okay. So I think my top 5 is Falling Forever, Happy for You, These Walls, Training Season, and French Exit.
French Exit.
Yeah,
Okay.
I really enjoyed that beat.
The beat was amazing.
Maria is Fighting for Her Life because she was a great song as well. And End of an Era, I feel like, starts the album perfectly.
Yeah.
But we advanced so much that coming back to it, it's like starting the album over again. It's like the progression was like this.
Yes.
So starting it over, you would have to start down here again.
Down here too.
Does that make sense? It was
that makes perfect sense. Yeah, because that one got me out my seat. But overall, Dua, you have created another fabulous body of work. As always, we'd love to know what you guys thought about Radical Optimism. Let us know your top 5 down below in the comments.
If you enjoyed watching us react, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications. That way you know when we upload. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.